Hey there, it's Julie from Plan to Create, and I'm here today sharing a few tips of how I used my Summit Planner Kit from Studio Calico this month.
As you can see that I have a ton of things laid out, but nothing is actually adhered yet, and that's a very quick tip I wanted to share. You can see that even these puffy stickers I've cut off and just kind of have them available to move around to get a feel for where I want things. When you receive a kit and you have limited numbers of things and you know you're not going to be able to access them again, I don't know about you, but I'm a little reluctant to just throw them on paper and be like, oh no, I used it and now I can't change it. So that's just a little tip, is just kind of, play around and see how things are looking and then adhere once you're really comfortable with how they come together. So you're gonna see that I have just gotten super punchy this month. I have taken some of the larger sheets of pattern paper that come with the kit. They were A5 sized, and I have decided to just punch and trim and create some just decorative elements within my planner. So first of all, I wanted to show, obviously I've punched these cute little circles and then cut them in half and just created kind of a little decoration down the middle just to add that really fun pop of color. I love all of these colors and I wanted them to be well represented on my page. So I started with that. And then you're gonna see that the paper, the buffalo pattern paper, I had cut a strip of that, and then I realized with this cute little flag punch that I have that I could kind of create that look almost, it's pretty popular, the solid at the top with a stripe. And so I have done that. I haven't completed adding my dates, but I will come back using these stickers and continue to add the dates for the week, so that's something that I need to do. You're gonna see my pages aren't dated, so I have to do that. Maybe you're working with dated pages, so that's not an issue. Again, because mine aren't dated, I grabbed the January stamp that was just released and just made this simple header up at the top. I love how clean and simple that looks, especially when there's so much pattern coming along down here. I don't need more up there. I had this left over. It was basically some white space from it was just, the extra from this. So I just flipped it over, and I'm gonna probably do something up here to add a week number. Haven't completely pulled that together yet. But this right here is giving me investment. I'm like, okay, I got some ideas. I'm ready to roll with this. You're gonna see I normally like to include my meal plan along the bottom here. And again, I just decided I'm just gonna cut a strip of the yellow paper at a certain width that fits there, and then these are about 1.5 inch wide, so I simply just trimmed a couple down, and again I'm just getting it started, seeing if I like the look. I do like it, so then I can come back and repeat it. I started off with just a plain rectangle, and that is totally fine. But then I know in the past I've used like a hole punch or something along the sides, and so you're gonna see I just came in and I just clip off the sides, and they're not even, but I think it gives it a little bit more interest. It kind of looks more like a label sticker. And if you looked really closely, you would see, like I said, that they're not perfectly even. They don't look great, but I think it gives the idea of the label sticker, and it's just a cute little fun shape that I wanted to include. So as for that kind of gives you kind of this foundation of what I'm working on. I'm gonna kind of work through complete. I'll speed things up so that I don't take too much of your time. Again, and I'm using this row of puffy stickers kind of as a demarcation. I like to separate my events from my to-do list, and so you'll see how I do that with that line, sometimes using washi strips, or I could use a strip of the pattern paper, but here these were so cute and colorful, and I wanted to include as many as I could, and I thought this was a fun way to do that. Okay, so let's get busy here. I want to mention in the midst of this that I am functional first, so I'm taking these decorative elements and I'm using them to create function in my planner. I have a certain way that I usually lay things out. I include dates, I include some decoration, but I'm not just solely decorative in my planner.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I love a good pop of color in my planner, so you see here that I'm adding lots of little shapes and textures, but they all serve a purpose. These ones in particular happen to be adding the dates on my pages, and then you're gonna see me move up to the top corner where I add the week number, because I do like to track that from week to week as well. So you'll notice I let those little half circle decorative elements hang out in the middle, kind of loosey-goose for a while. I was just making sure that, yes, they indeed fit the look I was after, and I glued them down because I did indeed like them. Same thing for the little puffy strips. I let them hang out for a while, made sure that was going to accomplish the purpose I wanted, and then I adhered them. Well, I love the openness of an unlined planner sheet. I will admit that sometimes just that big chunk of space is a little daunting, especially if I need to add an event or a checklist or a to-do list. So this is a favorite way for me to come through, either adding a sticker or just these simple little marks that just kind of help guide my to-do list so it's spaced well. Obviously it's not perfect, but this gives me kind of a framework to come back and add any things that I need to get done throughout the day. I'm completing our meal plan, which I like to track at the bottom of my weekly pages, just writing in the different meals we plan for the week, and then coming back and using the stars to mark the days that I want to run or the days I want to walk, and just simply noting that at the top. Not every task that I need to complete each week is day specific, and so I like to include a little checklist in the middle of my week. And you can see here I've taken some of the A5 paper, the ledger paper, I've trimmed it down to a size that I want, punched some holes, and it's going to be a place to house any of those tasks that pop up that don't have a specific deadline or a specific day that they need to get done, but just kind of an ongoing task list. You see I use the Mildliner trick again, just come through and use some different colors there and kind of color coded with different areas in my life, and I'm all set, ready to go. The last quick tip I want to share is to trim out the holes on your bookmarks or anything that you want to take in and out of your planner frequently. It makes it super easy to slide it in and out of your rings and very accessible.